Space Lube is a rather simple to make reagent that has a lot of purposes. Space Lube is very useful to nukies, revs, syndicate agents, you name it. Anyone that can get access to no slips will benefit from lube. Space Lube is simply 1 part oxygen, silicon, and water. So 5 units of each will actually produce 25 units of Space Lube due to the conversion rate of it, meaning that it's very easy to make Space Lube in mass. However, just Space Lube on its own isn't all that amazing. We can do better. With just 1 chem dispenser, we can make foam. So in order to make foam, we need sulfuric acid. So to make sulfuric acid, it is 2 parts oxygen, 1 part sulfur, 1 part hydrogen. And with the sulfuric acid, we want to make fluoro, which is 2 parts carbon, 2 parts fluorine, and 1 part sulfuric acid. So we end up actually producing quite a lot of the fluoro, but that's fine, because if you're able to make chem dispensers or have access to chem dispensers, you're most likely going to have a chem master, which you can just use to basically skim off the top of the excess. So in 1 beaker, we now have 25 fluoro, and in the other beaker, we have 25 Space Lube. In this beaker, we're just going to want to add 25 water, which brings it up to a mathematical 50, and that's important because that is the limit you can dump 1 beaker into another. And for this part, you actually need to make the Space Lube first because it uses water. So that means it must come first. So just by making the small 555 recipe, we get 25 lube. And if we save the fluoro from earlier, we could just do this. Now we have 25 fluoro, 25 lube in 1 beaker. And the other beaker, we have 25 water, 25 lube. So what you do is you just pick one of the beakers. You don't need to do both, but you can. Set the transfer amount to 50 and make sure you transfer the 50 into the other beaker, and you want to make sure it's on 50. And with just very quick setup, chemists can do this round start, by the way, and science only needs 1 tech to be able to do this. This doesn't involve grenades. 1 click of a button, you'll make a pretty large lube foam. You can't walk through lube, by the way. This is why lube is so crazy strong. You have to have no slips or mag boots to be able to actually cross through it. And this makes a lot of lube, even just for 1 button click. So I put on the glasses. Each one of these tiles has about 30 or so units of lube. It obviously starts thinning out towards the edges, but this is with just 1 click of a button. But this will take a janitor a long time to clean, and anyone without no slips is going to have a really hard time to clean this. So this basically renders this entire hallway not easily traversable. So obviously, the antagonist will have a field day with this. However, this gets much more catastrophic if you introduce grenades into the mix. Okay, so this recipe, very simple. It is just a previous recipe, but doubled. So 50 water and lube in 1, and 50 lube and 50 fluoro in another. And you need a modular grenade for this, because they're mixing them, and the modular grenades don't care about them being at capacity, but you can't mix 2 beakers together if they're both full. I suppose you could just throw them on the floor, but that isn't the same. It won't have the same value, but putting them in a grenade lets you throw this far away, so even you yourself might not need no slips to be able to use it properly. Anyways, I'll just detonate it in the same place as last time, or I think this is where it was, whatever. But the amount of lube this produces is... I'm just going to say it's department killing, because the janitors might literally commit suicide if they see this be used in a real round. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting. I mean, this entire hallway is just destroyed. Each tile is filled to the brim with lube. I mean, there is just so much Space Lube here that cleaning this is an absolute nightmare. This will actually keep spreading. I mean, you can see it in real time. I mean, this little hallway is filled now, and it will keep pouring out and leaking to more tiles for a bit. I honestly don't know how long, but this is 1 grenade. If you have multiple, you could cover a solid portion of the station in lube pretty easily. You're not making anything explosive, so people probably won't even question you. People normally don't really question lube. Maybe on medium roleplay, people might be a little bit more questionable as to why like scientists have a modular grenade in the first place. But again, you could just resort to the beaker method, and that is not suspicious whatsoever. Use this to your own benefit. No slips become the best purchase in the entire video game when there's entire hallways in lube. And anyone who played back when survival was a thing, maybe you'll be a little nostalgic seeing this much lube in a hallway again. Thank you for watching.